Backups are really important. Story time. Yesterday, I'm working on my game, and an upgrade to Unity, the engine, came out. And while I upgraded it, that was really, really stupid. It was incredibly stupid. And then I was sad for a while until I got everything back because I had to not only get the previous version, because upgrading is really stupid in the middle of a project, any project, apparently, something that I didn't really know and didn't really think. And I spent yesterday just going back, doing things that I already done again, because I rolled back to a previous version of my project. So, first of all, this is my fault. I did something stupid. It is my fault for not backing up properly. When you code, really, I'm creating a project, it's mostly code though. I'm using source control, which is just another way of saying I'm backing up most of what I'm doing. Source control is a term from computing, from coding, that you're basically keeping a history. It's a very big system that we won't go into detail because there's no point, but I'm keeping source control of my project, even though I'm working alone, and mostly source control is most useful when you're working in a team of people so that everyone can actually work in unison, but it's also very useful when you're alone, and I am using it right now, and I did something stupid. I did something as big as upgrading the engine without first backing up properly, and it led to me being sad. So that's what happened to me yesterday, and it just the conclusion, the real conclusion out of that is back up more, source control more every time, all the time, every action, everything, every day. Back up your stuff, okay? But more so than backup, which is kind of obvious, and it's, people tell you should back up your stuff if there's something important, you should back it up. More than that, it got me thinking about actually backing up, and actually the real damage that was done. The real damage that was done was me panicking a bit and then working for about, let's say, 2 hours and getting the project to the exact same state that it was. Clearly you could do a lot of problems and issues that are a lot bigger, but this wasn't really a big thing. And that's something that's important, to take things in proportion. There's people that back up. Backup is always good. It's always a positive thing, I'd say. But sometimes when you don't back up and when you get screwed, is it a really big deal? Is it really a huge deal? I mean, how much was really lost? A lot of people back up things that you're never, ever, ever, ever going to use again. Or things that, well, it's not really that important to anyone in any way. It's important to you, but if it's gone, how much does it matter, or how hard it is to get it back? And that's really the question. If you're backing something up, if you're putting effort into backing something up, and it does take effort, just consider for a second, if this disappears and goes away, what happens to me? Other than being sad momentarily, is it something that's, it's gone forever and I'm just screwed? Because if it's gone, then done. It's over. It's out. What will be the repercussions for that? And if it's work, which is usually work, people usually back up work. If it's gone, can you do it again? The answer is yes. It won't be exactly the same, but is it really that horrible? When you think about it, let's say the most common case, that you write a report, let's say you write a page, you write a good, 400, 500 words, and it goes away. You just wrote it, and then it just went away. You didn't save and you closed it for some reason, or the computer exploded. You feel like shit, first of all. You feel like shit, and it happened to me before, obviously. You feel like shit, but you can write it again. And you think that it won't be exactly the same, but your brain actually remembers a pretty good amount of it, even if you don't specifically. Was it like this? In most of the cases, the answer to that question is yes, it was like that. You just can't remember it exactly, because your brain is really smart. That's a funny thing to say. Your brain is really smart. But is it really that horrible that you're writing the thing a second time? It isn't. It isn't because it's like a second draft. It feels horrible, but it's not horrible. It's simply not as horrible as a lot of people make it to be. And me personally, I keep finding that whenever it used to happen, back when I used to write a lot, I wrote something, and then when you lose it, you feel terrible, and then you write it again, and after you write it, you read it, and it's like, yeah, it's okay. I have this incredibly annoying, nagging feeling that I missed like 15 things that were totally in the last draft that I lost. But that's not true. That feeling is just a lie. It's a lie that we tell ourselves. And that's just... let it go, right? I mean, it's not there. It's fine to lose sometimes, to lose stuff sometimes. So, yeah, you should definitely back up whatever it is that you can. Whatever it is that's important. But... if I look at it and I think about it, I have things on the cloud, okay, in my drive, and in other backups, in specific USBs, specific portable storage, a couple of things that are important. But if this computer right now fries completely, I lose a ton, but it's all recoverable. I lose my games and my music, and I lose my movies and my shows, and I lose all the backups of all the videos of the YouTube, and I lose all the programs, and I have a ton of work to make everything okay again, but it's not a huge deal. You know, everything's up on YouTube, everything that I've made in that sense. All the other things are recoverable one way or another. It's tedious, but I won't actually recover all of it. You know, you have games installed in your computer that you don't play anymore, but they're there. But you don't play them anymore. If you'll want to, they'll be there. And if you'll want to, after everything goes bye-bye, then you'll be able to get it back, but you don't really need to. I mean, for the standard normal time, you just don't need to. Just a thought that went through my head. I felt terrible yesterday because of that and a couple of other ones, but it got me just thinking about this backing up. And how it really is a lot easier to do stuff, to back up stuff these days with the cloud services that are very abundant, or just portable storage that you could get. You could get a portable 1 gigabyte or even more. It's really cheap. 1 gigabyte of information, and store whatever the hell you want over there. And you know, Facebook and the online social networks have all of our images. Everything's pretty much online. There's not much to lose. So if you do lose something, don't feel that bad. At least try and not feel that bad. I'm a hypocrite in saying that because I felt like crap yesterday, but I got over it. And you should too. Yeah, that's it. That's my thought for the day. Thank you so much for watching as usual, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.